We've spoken about call, bardo, return, and trial. That is the reverse movement. If we are called into something new, called to the bardo, then we are dropping the images and stories that would explain everything. The theory is, of course, that we could explain everything, but let's just assume that we could possibly explain things 10 times better than we have explained them. And we could find a metaphor or a story or an idea or a plan or a framework or an imagery or a story that could really help us. But instead, we're not going there. We're being called to the bardo instead. And then this willingness to return to the trial. A faith or a knowledge that there is some beauty even in suffering, even in attachment, even in destructive and useless behavior. And so if we consider that the reality that most people are living in, one of attachment, loneliness, feeling trapped, always moving on to the next thing, never able to stand still. If we consider that to be the trial, why would we ever want to return to that? And yet we do. We return again and again and again. And we may look for systems or stories or explanations, and maybe they help, but maybe they are too complicated. Maybe the only one we need is to suggest that just maybe we came here for no other reason than someone had to come here. Someone had to be in your body-mind. And for some reason, before we were born or before this moment, we were something that had or no thing, that had the courage, the positivity, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that some beauty and peace could be found in this moment. Because we know it does happen. Every 100 years, every 1,000 years, somebody awakens. We even know from the placebo effect that the power of the mind to heal or to alter your state exists. Therefore, the potential exists. And so, if we chose to come here, it wasn't so foolish because it's just optimistic. And maybe there is an infinite number of branches from this point, and one of those branches is always going to be you awakening. And the hope for that, or the optimism for that, or the knowledge of that, or the faith in that is what brings God back into this moment to live as you in this body-mind. And maybe 999,000 times out of 1,000,000, there's no awakening, there's no peace, there's no stillness, there's no silence, there's no unity. 1 out of 1,000,000 times, pain is transcended,